we'll continue. These two pictures are very expensive pictures. They are after Nalletti. They're not Nallettis, I don't think. They are 18th century. Sorry, I beg your pardon. They are 17th century. Roughly speaking, the second half of the 1600s. One has lost its frame, one has a new frame, new being 1950s. Both have been relined. They're up high, out of the way, they're safe, they're dry. We've got some icons, which are Eastern. I'm covering myself here because they could be Russian, they could be Turkish, they could be, or Turkish area, they could be Hungarian. They are icons, they're beautiful things. Some people hate religious stuff. I used to hate religious stuff. I used to find it spooky. But as a decorative item, and as an item, they're really hard to beat, these things. They're really, really fascinating things. We've got some nice Maltese maps, like most of the big houses in Malta. And when you're buying these maps, watch out for copies. As a general rule, the whiter they are and the smaller they are, more likely they are to be 20th century. These ones are big, coloured, old ones, and the paper has splotchiness, but it's even, and I think it's nice for an old map to look like an old map. I personally don't want an old map to look like a new map, and a blotchy old map is going to be cheaper than a new looking old map. That's just my personal view. We're going to look at this, look at the Preziosos we have. He was Maltese in a way. I don't know how Maltese he really was. He was in Turkey for a long time, but he was a good painter and recorded Turkey very well. He often used dates, and he often put descriptions on the pictures. And the Turkish people find his works a fascinating resource because they didn't bother themselves to record their own culture on the whole. That's not a fair thing to say, but that's sort of what happened. So you can see that there's lots of interest, and people collect pictures. People have been collecting pictures in England since 2,000 years. The Romans had pictures in Pompeii on the wall, the murals. The Grand Tour collectors in England desperately craved for Italian and classical stuff, whether it was Greek or Roman. And because in a Georgian house there's nothing to do when it's dark except eat and sleep, people would have pianos, they would have sheet music, they would have libraries, they would have books, they would have pictures. And after dinner party, people would look at the pictures, and the owner of the house would show off, look at my pictures. They would have specimen cupboards full of exotic shells, bits of rubble from sites in Italy, Vesuvius, Pompeii, Rome, whatever, some of which would be real, some wouldn't. They would have old coins. And these boxes would be part of the after dinner entertainment. And before bed, they'd all say prayers and go to sleep. So these collections of pictures aren't just a sort of a new thing. They are a continuous thing. All the big houses in Valletta, all the state buildings have got pictures, whether it's in America or France or England or Italy. These pictures were used mainly in houses, homes, but the church would have them as well. And as I say, the government buildings, palaces would have them too. Okay, thanks for having a look.